Yo, my 9-year-old freaks me out and I don't want to talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it. I've noticed this is becoming a life theme and a life sentence, if you will. Prison. She has a lot of questions about prison time and when will I go there. It's hard to not take that personally. And her saying, how long would you go to prison if I did this? Is also very hard not to take personally. My 9-year-old's been known to try to get me to go to jail for quite some time, as long as I can remember, actually. I don't know where she got it. I don't want to go to prison, so she must have gotten it from her mother. Here's what happened. No, I'm not moving the camera down. You can just look down upon me kind of like my 9-year-old does. I was driving my 9-year-old to school. How nice. And literally the first words that came out of her mouth, Beeps, what would happen if I killed someone? And I said, and I was like, you having trouble at school? And she said, nope, but you are. And I said, no, I'm not. I actually do not, because I don't go. You know what? No more. How about no more talking for the rest of the driving? Give me the rest of that ego. I'm cutting you off. She'll know. She was curious. What happens if I kill someone? You go to prison for a real long time. A life sentence, if you will. And she seemed to like the sound of that for me. So I think she fishes for information that she already knows, just so I can say it, and then she can pin that back on me. So she kept asking questions. Well, what if it was an accident? Well, there's obviously different degrees of murder, okay? Did you intend to do it, or did you accidentally do it? Either way, you're going to prison. And then she hit me with the hard question. What if I'm a kid? What do you mean, what if? If you're orphaning situationing me, where she was like 30-something, pretending to be a 6-year-old, if you're an orphaning situationing me right now, you're doing a great job at acting, and 2, I'd rent. Now. If you were 30, like, please, get one of these but with dollar bills in it. And I don't know. I made up a something, and I said, I think at your age, the parents kind of have to pay for that, right? And I looked over at who I thought was my wife, who loves me, but now I'm finding out that she also probably wants me to go to prison. We would go to prison, correct? I made that up, but that doesn't matter. In her little head, she got the answer she needed. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're telling me if I do what I'm thinking of doing, then Beeps goes to jail for life. And that was the question she asked. And I said, I have 2 questions to that. What are you planning on doing? And is it me? Because if you're planning on killing Beeps, knocking him out in sleep times, then I won't go to prison. I'll be dead. Mommy said, well, Mommy would go to jail. If you did something, Mommy would probably have to pay the fine, go to jail, do all that. And that wasn't good enough for her, okay? No, Mommy goes to jail when my wife says, well, I think I would go to prison because if you did that, I'm your sole provider. And then she looks at me. I couldn't tell if she did or not. I could just tell by the way her words hit the back of my neck real hard. She was in the back seat, not buckling up. She turned and said, would Beeps go to prison? I will pull this truck over right now, young lady, and run. She wanted to know if Beebs would go to prison, not Mommy. I want to make sure that Mommy's okay. Is Beebs going to prison? And I, being of good father and sound mind and dumb answer, says, yeah, I'd probably take the fall for the family. And she said, oh, good. Don't say good under your breath. Okay, I heard it, so you're being super breathy. Now here's a little something some of you may know, some of you may not know. I am not my daughter's biological father. I have just been in her life, her whole life. She does have a father who is a great father and takes care of her. I'm the middleman here, okay? She loves her mother, she loves her dad, and it's up in the air about me. So I said, as a defense mechanism, I don't think I would go to prison for anything you do. Your dad would. And that shut her up real quick, okay? She was like, oh, I don't want that. And I was like, where was that when I was going to prison? So me, being a dum-dum, I opened my mouth again after the situation was done. No, I'm not going to prison. I'm safe. Your dad will, but your dad will be fine. He's huge. And your mom ain't going nowhere, okay? But I did mention that if my biological son, Jameson, your brother, did something stupid, I would probably have to pay for that, which got her back on track, okay? So and she took that long of a pause, as if she was going to say, so if I convince my brother to do something stupid, you go to prison. But she skipped all that and she said, so if my brother does something stupid, I knew, then you'll go to prison. And I was like, please, we got to finish this conversation, give her the answer she wants. Yes, I would go to prison and I would cry, not telling her that I am so personable and lovable that, yeah, I would probably be Brandy to a couple people, but I would also be best friends with everybody. I would make someone laugh and they'd be big and they would say, I like you, stick near me. and he would make me hold his pocket for some reason. I would. Okay, I would do fine in prison. Just fine. So yes, if my son does something stupid, I will take the fall because I love him. If you do something stupid, yes, I'll take the fall. Why? I don't know. It's parenting. You'll never know until you have a kid and I can, they do something stupid. Then you take the fall for it. So she's planning long-term, like life sentence long, for me to go to prison. And she's been, since she was 5, she's been trying to frame me for like going to jail. I don't understand why, but she's starting to get stronger and smarter, and eventually she's gonna pull it off. This is a confessional, so if I end up in prison or accused of something, murder, whether it be accidental or it looks like a 9-year-old strangled someone's neck to death, it wasn't me, just so you know. Please, help.